Have you ever received instructions that changed your life? Maybe advice from a parent, a teacher, or a mentor. The Ten Commandments are just that, divine instructions, not to restrict us, but to guide us into a life that honors God and blesses others. In Exodus 20, God's people have just escaped slavery in Egypt. They are free, but they don't yet know how to live as God's people. So, on Mount Sinai, God gives Moses a blueprint for true freedom. 10 words that shape how we love God and how we love one another. The 10 Commandments aren't just ancient laws carved on stone. They are living truths meant to be written on our hearts today. The story. Picture the scene. Thunder, lightning, a trembling mountain, and the sound of a trumpet growing louder and louder. The people stand in awe as God descends on Mount Sinai in fire and speaks to Moses. From the smoke and the cloud, God gives the 10 Commandments, powerful words that reveal his holy character and his desire for relationship. 1. No other gods before me. 2. No idols. 3. Don't misuse God's name. 4. Remember the Sabbath day. 5. Honor your father and mother. 6. Do not murder. 7. Do not commit adultery. 8. Do not steal. 9. Do not bear false witness. 10. Do not covet.
When the people hear God's voice, they are terrified and ask Moses to speak to them instead. But Moses reassures them, "Do not be afraid. God has come to test you, so that the fear of him will keep you from sinning." Exodus 20:20.
Reflection and lessons. 1. God's commands lead to true freedom. It might sound strange, rules that bring freedom. But think about it. Freedom without guidance leads to chaos. God's commands are not chains, they're guardrails. They don't restrict joy, they protect it. For example, when God says, "Don't steal," he's protecting trust in relationships. When he says, "Honor your parents," he's preserving love and respect within families. When he says, "Keep the Sabbath," he's protecting our rest and mental peace in a restless world. For the youth, the 10 Commandments teach you that true freedom isn't doing whatever you want, it's doing what's right. For adults, they remind us that success without God's guidance can lead to emptiness. God's ways keep our hearts aligned with his best plans. Reflection. Every commandment is really a love letter, an invitation to live well, love deeply, and walk closely with God. 2. The commandments reveal God's character. Each command shows something about who God is. He's faithful, no other gods. He's pure, no idols. He's truthful, no lies. He's loving, honor parents. He's holy, keep his name sacred. God isn't just giving us rules. He's revealing himself. When we follow his ways, we reflect his heart to the world. For example, when we keep our word, we show others that God keeps his promises. When we forgive, we mirror God's mercy. When we choose purity, we honor his holiness. Lesson. The more we understand God's commandments, the more we understand God himself. 3. The law points us to our need for grace. Here's the truth. None of us can keep all 10 perfectly. The commandments reveal not just how holy God is, but how much we need his mercy. Romans 3:20 says, "Through the law we become conscious of our sin." But that's not where it ends, because Jesus came to fulfill the law. When we fail, he offers forgiveness. When we fall short, he lifts us up. The law shows our need, Jesus shows the way. For youth, this means when you make mistakes, God isn't waiting to condemn you. He's ready to restore you. For adults, grace doesn't erase God's law. It empowers us to live it out with love. Lesson. The commandments show us our weakness, but Christ shows us our hope. 4. God desires relationship, not just obedience. When God gave the 10 Commandments, He didn't start with, "You must obey." He began with love. "I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery." Exodus 22. In other words, I've already saved you. Now walk with me. Our obedience isn't about earning God's love. It's our response to already being loved. We follow His commandments not out of fear, but out of gratitude. Conclusion. The 10 Commandments remind us that holiness is not about perfection, it's about direction. It's about walking each day closer to the God who saved us and shaping our lives after His heart. So, whether you're young or old, ask yourself, what part of my life needs to come back under God's guidance? Which commandment have I overlooked that could bring peace back into my home, my heart, or my habits? As we live by God's words, we'll discover what the Israelites did on Mount Sinai. That the God who commands is also the God who cares. Key takeaway verse. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. Deuteronomy 6:5.